Welcome to Clemson, South Carolina, where the hottest team in the ACC is in town. The 15th ranked North Carolina Tar Heels have won 6 in a row. They're here taking on the Clemson Tigers. Now it is that time of year as we look at the ACC standings coming into today, where you're talking about placement and seeding and quality wins. North Carolina trying to stay with that group at the top of the ACC. Clemson with a big opportunity and another ranked opponent coming in their house today. Hi everybody, saying hello from Littlejohn Coliseum. Jen Hildreth along with former Wake Forest Demon Deacon turn coach Helen Williams. Helen, we have seen this Clemson team really come to life on their home floor. They've knocked off number 7 Virginia Tech. They almost knocked off number 7 Notre Dame. Now they get a chance against number 15 North Carolina.
Yeah, this team is so talented and they're capable. They just need a little more discipline and a little more consistency, Jen.
So they're looking to try to turn things around, much like North Carolina has done, in large part behind the play of one of their superstars, Deja Kelly.
Yeah, superstar is the correct term. I mean, this kid can score anywhere she wants. She can get to the basket anytime she wants. Fantastic off the dribble with the jumper. Much more confident three-point shooter in the season. And when they need points at the end of the shot clock, she is the one that's going to have the ball in her hands.
Kelly, a career-high 31 in the win against the Tigers last season. Meanwhile, for Clemson, Amari Robinson, they need her to play big.
Yeah, well, she's consistent. She's steady. She can score inside. She can shoot the little short jumper. And she can also shoot the three, which creates a mismatch sometimes for her opponents.
Amari coming off a season-high 26 points on Thursday in Clemson's loss on the road at Georgia Tech. So the Tigers looking to bounce back here as they get back on their home floor. Dee Cantner, Mark McElhenney, Ashley Good are referees for this afternoon. Alyssa Usby and the Tar Heels take control to start things off. Change to the starting lineup. Paulina Paris, the freshman, making her first career start. Eva Hodgson, who did not play the last game, still out for this one, battling an illness. And that's going to be an offensive foul against the freshman in her first start.
Well, you see Clemson in their matchup zone, and I think she ducked the shoulder here. Good foot movement there by Bradford to get in place. Now, Carolina played Pittsburgh on Thursday, and they had good practice against the zone, so we'll see how that affects them here today.
Clemson coming in 4-6 in conference play. Robinson on the baseline, it's turned over.
North Carolina wants to run, so they want to try to create some offense from their defense. If you're their opponent, you do want to make them run their half-court offense.
North Carolina with that big three of Alyssa Usby, Deja Kelly taking the shot here. Kennedy Todd Williams, Anya Poole, and then Paris rounding out the starting 5 for the Tar Heels. And keep your eye out for this player, Kaylin McPherson, a redshirt freshman, former McDonald's All-American, dressed for the first time today, sat out all of last season, recovering from an injury she had in high school, and she is an explosive type player, could make a big difference off the bench for the Tar Heels. Ruby Whitehorn had it taken away, 2 possessions on offense, 2 turnovers for the Tigers, not the way they want to start. Todd Williams knocks it down for the first points of the game.
And you see, Clemson has to watch that. They're creating offense for their opponent for North Carolina when they turn the ball over.
Usby steals it away this time, drives it with her left and is good.
She has the ability to go full court. She is a one-person fast break for Carolina, does not need to give the ball up to a guard.
Clemson trying to settle, and it is 4 straight turnovers, the opposite of the way Amanda Butler would have wanted this team to start. Kelly is fouled by Bradford. And it's going sideways in a hurry.
Yeah, this is something that Coach Butler talked about earlier today, was just focus and concentration. And that's just Hannah Hank not coming to the pass there. And again, you see Usby here, one-person fast break. Creating offense just from those small things I talked about earlier, tiny things that make a big difference. Keep going until you catch the pass. Make sure that you have the right angle. turnovers that were forced and unforced here for Clemson.
Deja Kelly, leading scorer for the Tar Heels on the season, averages 16.5 on the year. That ranks 5th in the ACC. Good for 2 from the line. 6-0 Tar Heel start. North Carolina has won the last 5 in this series against the Tigers. This Tar Heel defense really making life difficult. There's a good look. Hank had a nice attempt. Couldn't finish. Todd Williams beats everybody down the floor. Timeout, Clemson. North Carolina rolling.
You see, it only took maybe 3 seconds for that fast break for North Carolina. Again, Clemson they have Amari Robinson, but who else is going to step up for them? Who is that person? You know, North Carolina, they have their big 3, but for Clemson, who are the other people that are going to step up and help Amari Robinson?
And we welcome everyone just joining us here in Clemson, South Carolina. Just saw the Florida State Seminoles pick up a big win against Duke on their home floor. 15th ranked North Carolina in town here taking on the Tigers. North Carolina, the hottest team in the league. They've won their last 6, and there are your updated standings. Just a second conference loss for Duke at the hands of Florida State. North Carolina trying to keep pace with those teams at the top of the conference. Jen Hildreth, former Demon Deacon Helen Williams on the call. Happy to have you here with us. And as you can see by the score, we had a quick Clemson timeout, Helen, because North Carolina off and running.
Yeah, just the first 4 possessions, 4 turnovers, and Clemson not able to get anything going. 6 of their 8 points for UNC have come off turnovers.
Some of those turnovers earned by the Tar Heel defense, but however they're getting down the floor in a hurry.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to run transition offense. They score better, about 51% on the transition offense versus the half court, but they do it with their defense. That's what they've done the last 6-7 games. They've been able to outscore teams, with their defense.
And when it comes to offense, well, no other team in the league can boast 3 players who rank in the top 10 in scoring in the ACC. And this is the big 3 for North Carolina: Deja Kelly, Kennedy Todd Williams, Alyssa Aspie.
Yeah, and they're all integral, important to UNC in different ways. They score in different ways, but as a group, they have so much chemistry because they've been together for so long.
That group of juniors here under Courtney Banghart, who's in her 4th season as head coach for the Tar Heels. And watching this team play now, North Carolina, it's easy to forget, although I'm sure they haven't forgotten. They started 0-3 in conference play, won their last 6 since. Starting 5 for the Clemson Tigers, you see as Ruby Whitehorn goes to work. Tigers looking for their first basket. Turnovers have kept them from even getting a good look on their first few possessions of this game.
They do such a great job of switching, and it's hard for teams to tell whether or not they're in a matchup zone or a player-to-player defense, and I think that's where Clemson's struggling right now. Finally, Perpignan able to get 2 points for Clemson.
Yeah, Bree Perpignan, the grad transfer from Elon. First points of the game for Clemson as you take a look at the starting 5 for North Carolina. And there is a change there. Paulina Paris, the freshman, making her first career start this afternoon in place of Eva Hodgson, who is on the trip but not dressed as she's still out with illness. And Kennedy Todd Williams just keeps it going. Tar Heels missed their first 2 but have made their last 4.
Todd Williams wasn't a bad player last year, but she's definitely improved her skill set this year.
Aspie tried to go behind the back to get away from the defense. Instead, she puts it in the hands of Whitehorn. First McDonald's All-American for the Tigers, who dumps it off to Robinson.
Again, 2 points finally with uncontested jumpers for Clemson. They're able to get back into their defense and get set up.
Amari Robinson, 1,000-point scorer, is going to be key for the Tigers today. And Paris puts it in the hands of the Tigers now. Can they capitalize on the turnover?
I thought Parrish should have taken the jumper there.
Yeah, that may be a little bit of those freshman nerves, and we've seen her step up and play some big minutes off the bench, but in the starting lineup for the first time.
It's a different story, right?
Yeah.
It's your first time, a few nerves here, but she'll calm down. She'll be fine. Again, that turnover for Clemson, unforced, right? Undisciplined.
A couple of changes for the Tigers. Alasia Douglas coming on at the top of that press. Also Eno Inyang right there in the middle defending Usby. Todd Williams feeling it.
It's a good rotation here for Clemson, but Whitehorn has her hands down on the rotation.
10 points in the game for Kennedy Todd Williams. She is a perfect 4 of 4, including 2 threes. Now the Tigers are happy to have Inyang back after she was unable to play the last game. Weren't sure how much they're going to get from her today, coming off an illness. Perpignan rolled off the front of the rim. Kelly, there's the hot hand in the corner. First miss for Todd Williams. North Carolina off to a great start. Kennedy Todd Williams has scored their last 8. As we welcome you back here to Clemson, Nunu Bradford just hit a 3 for the Tigers, making it 14-7 North Carolina. And there indeed is a player we mentioned you might see, Kayla McPherson, number 14 in blue, making her North Carolina debut this afternoon. And this is a player Courtney Banghart has been waiting for a while. She had to redshirt last season due to a knee injury suffered in high school. She's a McDonald's All-American, a Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year out of the state of Georgia, and this is a player who can really score some points.
Average 36 points out of high school. Average, not career high, average 36 points out of high school. So really looking forward to seeing her play.
A true point guard. And
that's something that I think North Carolina has missed. They've been sort of doing it by committee, although Paris has been playing point guard too, and sometimes they'll have Deja Kelly, especially when the clock's running down. But a true point guard is something that I think they're going to really be happy to have.
So we'll see how much of an impact McPherson can make. I mean, that's a big decision to come back at this point in the season, right? You burn any chance of a red shirt medically if you're coming on the floor, and she chose to get out there with her team. We'll see what type of a difference she maybe can make. Destiny Adams on the floor as well for North Carolina. McPherson dishes to Todd Williams. Always a good idea to find the hot hand.
Clemson has to turn, when they have these good defensive possessions, they've got to turn them into offense. And Carolina, they're in these passing lanes, so they might want to think about going backdoor some. Every pass on the wing, North Carolina has their hands in the passing lane. They are really forcing that issue.
Remember, this is a Clemson team that took down number 7 Virginia Tech on their home floor, nearly beat number 7 Notre Dame. Robinson will take the 3, and it's going North Carolina's way. Ruby Whitehorn back on the floor for Clemson. No points in the game yet for the freshman, but she's coming off 14 on Thursday night in that loss on the road at Georgia Tech. Good to see her start to pick up her scoring a little.
She's got a lot of ability. I'm just waiting for her to break out.
And this is where, Helen, you feel like Clemson can try to change the game on the defensive end. I mean, that's an Amanda Butler staple. Make the other team uncomfortable, force the issue a little bit.
Well, when you get turnovers, you get easy baskets, you get to see the ball go through the hoop, and makes you a little bit more confident when you have to come back and run your half-court offense.
But you have to be able to do it without fouling, so Whitehorn does pick up the personal on that play.
And that's key for Clemson, too, because they don't really have a deep bench, so they can't afford to really get into foul trouble.
Robinson. Douglas back inside to In-Yang. And just great hustle on the glass. Todd Williams won it and then was fouled. And it is against In-Yang, her first. Third team foul against the Tigers this quarter.
Getting a little physical, so we'll see which team plays better under those conditions.
Well, North Carolina scored the first 8 points of this ball game. They've now gone a couple of minutes without a basket.
Well, Clemson's forcing them to start their offense a little bit farther out than they did before, making them take a little bit of time off the clock.
10 points in the game for Todd Williams. Deja Kelly, no field goals yet. 6 to shoot. McPherson, Usby. She and Robinson both going for the rebound. Jump ball to call.
Usby is active all the time. She has her hands on the ball on both ends of the floor and rebounding. Always pursuing the basketball.
Heard Amanda Butler say at shoot-around today that Usby is their superwoman. She just does so much for the Tar Heels. Look at McPherson defending, but it's going to get called. DK there saying she's keeping a close eye on how these teams are defending. There was some contact with the arm, so that's the first on McPherson. And there you see some of the numbers for Usby in terms of her value. Numbers don't even tell the whole story, but you see where she ranks in a number of different categories, top 10, top 5 in the ACC.
Yeah, she's really important to them. The few times that she's gotten into foul trouble, they've struggled without her on the floor, so they need her on the floor.
Whitehorn taking on 3 Tar Heels on her way to the basket. She is fouled. And that's going to go against Usby, her first personal.
Yeah, you see Whitehorn getting a step, Smart going to the basket, and Todd Williams just sticking that chicken wing out there and not helping as much as she should have.
Well, it is a busy day of hoops here on ACCN, and coming up next, our quadruple header will be capped off by Virginia, hosting the 12th ranked Virginia Tech Hokies. Always a good in-state battle between those two. Virginia needing to pick things up after their good start to the season. They've lost their last 3.
Well, this score has been stuck on 7-14 for quite a while now.
McPherson, first points of her collegiate career, and she'll get a chance to add one from the free throw line.
What a way to introduce yourself to the ACC. Just gets a step and under Robinson. That's going to be good for you for North Carolina, because with her penetration, she's going to draw those defenders and leave open opportunities for people like Todd Hill and Paris and Kelly.
There doesn't seem to be any sort of fear, hesitation, nerves. McPherson's waited a while for this opportunity, and now the Tar Heels have tied their largest lead at 10. Robinson trying to take on Usby, tough shot. Adams had the basketball in her hands. And Hank committed the foul for Clemson. 15 fouls, so North Carolina will be shooting the rest of the quarter.
I feel like Clemson has just had to work so hard for anything that they get, and you know, when they don't score, they're frustrating fouls like that one on Hannah Hank.
Such a good point. How do they make it easier for themselves on the offensive end, Clemson?
Well, I think maybe you set some screens so you can let your ball handlers drive to the basket. You've got Whitehorn who's good at that. You've got Bradford who's good at that as well. You're making North Carolina make some choices defensively when you set those screens on the ball.
Robinson calling for it inside. Destiny Adams, who just missed those 2 free throws, takes it away. Kelly. High bouncing rebound off the back of the iron.
And the other piece to your question is you've got to get the ball inside to Robinson.
Ruby Whitehorn, good for 2. Yeah, they've tried. You can see a real effort getting it in to Robinson. As she just goes down trying to defend McPherson. No call on the play. Whitehorn looking for back-to-back buckets. No. Well, it looked like North Carolina was going to run away with it the way they started this game, but it has slowed down a bit since. Paulina Paris all the time in the world to line that one up.
Well, Clemson has the ability, even though they're in a zone offense, they can still be aggressive and put pressure on North Carolina and make them take contested shots.
Perpignan, maybe a little quick on the trigger there.
McPherson looks like she's a little bit winded in her first game.
Catching her breath now with the ball in her hands.
But not too winded to take a 3.
You never are, right?
We can always have enough energy to shoot.
Welcome to college basketball. Kayla McPherson, 6 points in the game for the redshirt freshman, making her debut this afternoon for the Tar Heels. Whitehorn, big rebound pulled down by McPherson. I don't think she wanted that quarter to end. 20-9 our score in the first. McPherson going to work.
Well, 3-pointer here, and she is on a roll already in her first career game.
Todd Williams off to a hot start today here in Clemson.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with her. She's part of the big 3, but doesn't get talked about enough. Her footwork is absolutely phenomenal. It's very intentional. You can tell she's been in the gym working. She catches the ball. She is ready to shoot. And obviously she was, I believe, 4 for 6 in the first quarter here. And I just think she does not get enough love. And we asked Coach about her earlier today, and Coach Banghart said that they have to just run her out of the gym. She is always working, and you can tell it shows up in the game.
Todd Williams with 10 points in the first quarter, outscoring the entire Clemson team in the first 10 minutes. Zelaya stuck in the corner. 7 now to shoot for Paris. Had it blocked by Inyang. They go inside Tiani Key. It's an offensive foul. A couple of reserves on the floor right now to start the second quarter for North Carolina. Tiani Key, Alexandra Zelaya out there.
Yeah, there's one charge there by Paris that they didn't pick up, and then they get the one here. Clemson doing an excellent job of baiting UNC to get the ball in the corners, their short corner, doing a great job of trapping, being aggressive. So you can get steals and be aggressive. You don't have to be in player-to-player defense to make that work.
Kiki Gaines out on the floor for Clemson to start this second quarter, along with the rest of the starters. Still no field goals for Deja Kelly, leading scorer on the season for the Tar Heels. Has a couple of free throws.
Sometimes I feel like she's just sort of feeling out the game and letting others do their thing, and then when they really need her is when she steps up on offense.
Tough pass there from the freshman, and Kelly loses it out of bounds. And that's a good thing, right? I mean, a coach, that's what you would want from your superstar.
But we know when the money time comes, the ball's going to be in her hands.
Same could be said for a player like Amari Robinson, who checks back in for Clemson. Just 2 points in the game, coming off a season-high 26 on Thursday in a loss at Georgia Tech. Bradford traveled.
That was just great help defense by Key with Kelly, causing that turnover.
We talk a lot about the Clemson defense, but this North Carolina defense, the numbers have helped them. The improvement on that end of the floor in this 6-game winning streak, which is their longest in the ACC since the 2012-13 season.
Well, and then especially in the fourth quarter, they've outscored their opponents 125 to, the 58, and that's really when they bear down on defense.
3 to shoot here. Zelaya has to take it. Big rebound pulled down from Gaines.
Well, I'd love to be able to play her more. She's an unbelievable athlete and can create opportunities just from her athleticism.
On the break, Key running the floor. Ball slipped through the fingers. But when we look at the numbers for North Carolina, in their first 3 ACC games, all losses, and then their last 6, all wins, it's interesting that their offensive numbers, you see that down there at the very bottom with the arrow, almost identical, but the defensive numbers show you that they are really making life a lot more difficult on their opponents. And Courtney Binghart would tell you, maybe not quite. She felt like it was a lot more fluidity, a lot more efficiency in the offense, even though the numbers don't look that different, but they were being more active on the defensive end.
Yeah, and when you are active, you create those opportunities, those easy baskets for yourself in transition. It makes you feel more confident, in your half-court sets as well, because you've seen the ball go through the basket.
The junior, Ali Zelaya, picking up the foul on that play. Puts Hannah Hank on the free throw line. The senior who started every game this season for the Tigers and has appeared in every game of her career. This is number 110 today. But Clemson so far not taking advantage of the opportunities at the free throw line. That's their first make in 4 attempts.
Well, and also not taking advantage of turnovers. I mean, in that first quarter, they only had 2 points off the turnovers, where Carolina had 9 points off the turnovers. And it's great to get those turnovers, but you want to convert.
Kelly forced to pull it back out, just suffocating defense. Amanda Butler telling us they had to change up the way they defended Kelly. She couldn't see the same thing coming at her all game long.
And Clemson does a great job of not just being in position, but, using their hands and deflecting passes and keeping people from seeing open teammates.
Kelly. Usby not on the floor at the moment for the Tar Heels. Zelaya, no.
We've got a couple post players on the floor for North Carolina that don't get a lot of playing time, and as you see, Poole and Usby are about to come back in.
Gaines had it tapped away as she was going up to try to get to the basket. Paris, nobody with her, goes herself, and Douglas just not able to move her feet out of the way, is called for the foul.
And a lot of people on the floor today, especially on the North Carolina end.
So Poole and Usby come back on for North Carolina. Whitehorn and Elmore on for Clemson.
And Douglas just stuck that leg out there.
So that puts Paulina Paris, a freshman who is really the hero in North Carolina's win against Notre Dame that started this 6-game win streak.
She is a very confident offensive player.
Wednesday night, college basketball doubleheader, men's hoops on ACCN, Pitt and North Carolina at 7. And then later on, NC State and Florida State at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is Wednesday. And I guess neither team really taking advantage of the free throw line opportunities today. Tar Heels just 3 for 7.
Good help there by Usby.
And that's a 5-second count. Point, North Carolina defense.
Both these teams very active in the passing lanes, hands up, trying to get deflections.
Todd Williams, Usby, McPherson, Paris, and Poole on the floor for the Tar Heels at the moment. Elmore did a good job of going up high for the rebound. She is fouled by Poole. There's not a great rhythm to this game at the moment,
I was searching for a word to describe this game, and I think that's perfect. It's been really herky-jerky on both ends of the floor.
Well, and we've only had 1 point scored total in this quarter. That may be why it feels a little off.
You see McPherson having an effect on both ends of the floor here for North Carolina.
Tar Heels put up 20 in the first quarter, none here in the second quarter so far, but the Tigers not able to gain much ground with only a free throw to speak of. Hank can't hit from the corner. Elmore, once again, does her job on the rebound and is fouled.
Here's Utsby with her second foul. You would assume that Coach Banghart would trust her and leave her in as a veteran, but there have been a few games here where she's gotten some fouls early, and it's caused some issues for North Carolina.
And that's one of the reasons she's so important. Just like that, wins it right back for her team. That was put behind McPherson. She's so fast. I'm not sure her teammates are aware of how quick she is just yet.
You see Coach Banghart going, what are you guys doing? But two freshmen.
Kind of felt like it in that moment.
But you have to, when you have freshmen that talented, you have to play with them, and you have to live with those kinds of things because they give you more.
Bradford knocks down the three. First field goal of the quarter for either team.
And that's big for Clemson. They're not really known as a three-point shooting team, usually 30%, but they are streaky with their three-pointers. They're starting to hit some, they'll keep shooting, they'll feel good about it, and sometimes they shoot themselves out of games, but definitely a shot that they needed from Bradford.
Tar Heels still scoreless in the quarter. Utsby makes a move and is fouled. She'll be shooting.
Well, Clemson needing a three, and Bradford coming through with it. Can they shoot more in the second quarter? Well, Clemson doing a great job in defense. You see here the nice little trap. Paris is open, but they don't see her. They force an extra pass out, which gives them time to rotate. And then again, rotate Inyang over, taking a charge. Gaines taking a charge. And then finally, Hank taking a charge as well. Just doing a tremendous job. That is what Coach Butler wants from her team. Every possession, that energy and that discipline.
Meanwhile, Coach Banghart getting the chance to talk to her team. You see what they did in the first versus the second. I mean, this is a 15th ranked team in the country in North Carolina right now that is just gone ice cold in the second quarter.
Well, they don't see a lot of zone. And like I said, they played Pittsburgh in the zone, which is pretty good preparation, but it's not the same type of active zone that Clemson has, and they're struggling with that right now.
First point of the quarter for the Tar Heels there from the free throw line with Utsby. They still lead. Bradford trying to cut into it with the three. Do we need to see a little Deja Kelly
I
time?
was just getting ready to say it's about time for her to do her thing.
She almost orchestrated that perfectly for us. Almost. That's the type of shot you see her knock down more often than not. Averages 16.5 on the season, nearly 18 in conference play for Kelly. There's 2 today. Mari Robinson also had a quiet start for Clemson. Can they get her going on this end? Douglas from the corner. A lot of threes these last few possessions, Helen, for the Tigers.
And they get sucked into, when they hit a couple, taking a lot of those, and they're not necessarily great shots.
Poole got the reverse and the 2.
Well, I think she's one of the players for North Carolina that they don't really talk about very much, but so crucial to them. Sets good screens, defends, rebounds, really contributes to North Carolina.
By my count, that is the 3rd straight possession with a 3-point attempt for the Clemson Tigers. Foul on Douglas after the play. Her second, as you see Coach Butler, who you talked about what she'd like to see defensively. I think she's getting a lot of that defensively from her team in this game today, but you know they're going to need a little more to try to knock off a top 15 team on the offensive end.
Yeah, you've got to, one, convert those turnovers that you get to make it easier for yourself, but execute in the half quarters. You see McPherson there. Come on. Quite a debut for her in her first game.
Sub storyline. Keep your eye on number 14. This kid is fun to watch.
She is fast downhill and strong, taking the contact and able to finish.
Second personal on Bradford as McPherson goes to the line. She's got 8 points in the game, second only behind Todd Williams. The Tar Heels have their largest lead.
Clemson does not they don't have anybody that can really just get you a bunch of points on their own at once, and they're trying to force the ball into Robinson without making the defense shift.
Kelly, no. Whitehorn lost the handle, tries to recover, has Bradford with her, but Usby hustles back defensively. Up and down we go. Todd Williams is batted up by Perpignan, who commits the foul. 15th foul against the Tigers, so that's going to send the Tar Heels to the line.
You see Whitehorn getting a blow here for, oh no, they're taking out Bradford. They need scoring, so you put Matiotti in, who can actually shoot three-pointers really well. If North Carolina is going to give them those shots, and they want somebody in there that can actually hit those shots.
Well, every Thursday at 10 Eastern after our women's basketball doubleheader here in ACCN, the Nothing But Net crew has you covered. They'll have highlights, analysis of all the games from the night, plus look ahead at what is coming up next. We're about to get into February. You need to know what's going on in this conference, and you can catch it all right here in ACCN and the ESPN app.
Already into February.
Almost there. 7 to shoot for the Tar Heels. Amanda Butler told us she wanted to make it a fun February. She knew she needed some wins to get there and do that. But, I mean, look no further than her good friend down the sideline, Courtney Banghart, with what this North Carolina team has done for inspiration, right? And they start 0-3 in conference play. They don't panic. They figure out how to get it done. They come through a tough schedule to win their last 6. That includes 3 against ranked opponents in that stretch. And while certainly there's some frustration for Courtney Banghart, as this second quarter has been a bit of a jumble for both teams, loves this team and is without Eva Hodgson again today. Hodgson did make the trip but is not dressed for the game, so she misses her second straight game out with a non-COVID illness.
And she's another player that can stretch that zone with her three-point shooting ability. I think one of the things for North Carolina is they wanted to have some balance versus the zone. Not all three-point shots, not all putting the ball into the post, trying to find some balance.
.12-point advantage for the Tar Heels, who get a look inside. Hank got over quickly and forced the travel. Good defensive effort.
Clemson does a great job of forcing teams to play really far out, and the back of that zone is always high, and there's open spots there, but they can't. The offensive player can't see it because they do such a good job being aggressive in it.
10th turnover by the Tar Heels. Todd Williams nearly had it back in her hands. Robinson, who is a good three-point shooter for the Tigers, shooting 45% from 3 in conference play, misses that one. Paris lines it up, knocks it down. Lead 15 now for the Tar Heels.
And that's what they want to do. They want to try to score in transition so they don't have to play against that set 2-3 defense.
Whitehorn from the free throw line. We talk about what's on the line for Clemson in this game. Obviously, this is a team that's on the bubble, and that's maybe being a bit generous. I think Charlie Cream has a next 4 out at the moment for Clemson, so a win here would be a huge resume booster. But what also is on the line for North Carolina? I mean, this is a team that has high aspirations. They've gotten themselves up to number 15 in the rankings. They're on a good win streak. What do they need out of this game, do you think?
I think they need to execute against its zone, because it's going to be really important, because if I'm watching this film as a coach, I'm going to, try to play that. But continue, like, she's getting in different players now. You see Kean, you see Adams, and this is going to be really important for her, as you see Paris hit the three-pointer, to get key players off the bench some real-time experience, because they're going to need that come ACC time and come NCAA tournament time.
Back-to-back threes for the freshman Paulina Paris, who made her first career start today. Under a minute to go in our first half. A chance for the three-point play. And a little life for the Tigers.
Well, that is what Gaines is capable of. She's one of the best athletes, not just at Clemson, but in the ACC. Just strong, just athletic, takes the contact, and able to still finish. They would like to get more out of her.
Now the sophomore averages just about 9 minutes per game this season, but there is a big upside.
Well, she showed a lot of promise last year as a freshman, and you expected her to make, progress, but she struggled understanding things and finding herself within this offense, and no problem on the defensive end, though.
Can't convert the three-point play, is just a 46% free throw shooter on the season. Single digits for the Tigers in both quarters so far. 9 in the first quarter, 7 in the second. North Carolina has the Tigers doubled up, 32-16. Paris has knocked down her last 2, make it 3 in a row.
And that's how you loosen up a 2-3 zone. You're going to start seeing them in that second half making adjustments, getting the elbow area open, and also short corner. But it opens up when you can hit those threes.
Paris now with the last 9 points for the Tar Heels, who continue to extend their lead. Got a foul away from the ball, goes against Key, her second personal.
Well, Clemson's going to have to talk about getting the basketball into Amari Robinson in the second half. She only has 2 points.
Now Robinson, 5 field goal attempts so far. 3 of them, though, have been from 3. And while I know that is a part of her arsenal, she can shoot the 3. To your point, to have that paint presence, something that's been lacking for the Tigers so far.
But you do have to give North Carolina some credit with their defense in terms of them not being able to see her.
And typically, Amari, an excellent free throw shooter.
Which is why they need to get the ball more to her inside, so she'll get more opportunities at the free throw line.
At one point this season, she'd made 37 in a row from the line, and that's not the type of foul. I mean, she looked shocked after that, but it's a pretty clear foul on the open floor. That's her second.
Yeah, she looks surprised at that, but and that's a foul Coach Butler talked about earlier today. Was those are the kinds of fouls that we don't want. So she's going to bring Inyang in, I think, here maybe so that she doesn't get a third foul, but that's a wasted foul. You might need that in the second half.
Well, and you love the energy. You love the idea of pressuring North Carolina, but somebody like Deja Kelly is going to see that and say, I'm going right around you, and I'm going to force you to move with me, and Robinson couldn't. Final few seconds here of our first half. Douglas's shot won't go. And the North Carolina Tar Heels have the lead 36-17 at the break. Tar Heels are 9-1 when leading at the half this season. So despite some slow moments offensively, they do find a way to take the lead into the break here at Clemson. Our crew in the studio's got you covered. Let's go to Kelsey Riggs and Ivory Latta. Welcome back to Clemson, South Carolina. Number 15, North Carolina leading the Tigers 36-17 after the first half. Hey again, everybody. Jen Hildreth along with former Dean and Deacon Helen Williams. Also, Helen, a long time for you as a coach. I'm going to ask you to be the coach now, okay? Kind of a low-scoring first half, especially for Clemson. What were these coaches saying to their teams at the break?
Yeah, well, if I'm North Carolina, I'm just saying you need to be patient, take advantage of those gaps in that zone with the pressure. They want you to go to the short corner. They want you to go to the baseline, get the ball at the free throw line, and then go to work from there. If I'm Clemson, just be strong with the ball and more patient against the pressure and get the ball into Amari Robinson.
Well, North Carolina was carried by a different player at different times, it felt like, in that first half.
Yeah, Kennedy Todd had 10 points in the first quarter, more than Clemson and total, hitting threes. And then Miss McPherson, her debut, welcome to the ACC. 8 points there in that first half. And then Paulina Paris did a great job hitting a couple of threes to stretch that zone out, which is why I said that middle part is going to be open here in the second half.
There is Kayla, no fear, McPherson. I don't know if that was Kelsey or Ivory. Yeah, I'm stealing it, guys. I like that so much. I'm taking it. They used it in studio. I love it. As she's in her debut, 8 points so far. Paulina Paris and Kennedy Todd Williams combining for 20 more than Clemson has as a team. So let's see what the second half has in store. North Carolina Tar Heels trying to extend this 6-game winning streak in conference play. It's longer than they've had in the ACC since the 2012-13 season. And the Clemson Tigers trying to take advantage of being at home. Knock off another ranked opponent. Perpignan can't hit the three. Same starting five back out on the floor for both teams as Kennedy Todd Williams has it inside. Hannah Hank pulls down the rebound.
Let's be doing a great job there catching Hannah Hank because she won't run to the block. She runs to that three-point line. She wants to shoot it on the fast break.
Can there be a strong paint touch for the Tigers? There's Robinson again outside the perimeter. 5 to shoot now, all the way across the court, and those arms of Usby getting in the way.
Well, they worked on it in the shoot-around, but off the screen on the ball, the kickback, they can get the ball into Robinson if they're just patient.
2 seconds on the shot clock here for the Tigers. And that's not going anywhere good. Todd Williams, Usby, unselfish, maybe a little too much, but now the Tar Heels reset. And no field goals in the first half for Deja Kelly. Trio of free throws accounting for her 3 points. Paris got hot, hit 3 triples in a row. There's another. She had 16 points, a career high in the upset of Notre Dame that started this 6-game win streak. 11 of those 16 in the fourth quarter for Paulina Paris.
Oh, there's the kickback there, but they didn't look at Robinson.
Bradford was fouled on her way into the basket now. That is going to be the third on Usby, so that's something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, just being patient there in the late rotation by Bradford. Again, Coach Banghart going to leave the veteran in there with 3 fouls. I can't remember which 2 games she had, but it was earlier in the year, and they struggled with her a little bit when without her when she got into foul trouble. But I think to your point earlier when you asked me the question about what they need to do for their resumes, they've got players now that can come in and hold it down, you know, for a little while if she has to go out.
Both teams will look to shoot a better percentage from the free throw line in the second half. Clemson was 3 of 9 in the first, and North Carolina 6 of 14.
And again, that's why Clemson needs to get the ball into Amari Robinson, because she shoots 87% from the free throw line. She can get more opportunities there.
Paris has now scored 12 of the last 13 for North Carolina. Offensive foul.
Which is big because I believe Robinson has 2 fouls, so that's big for Clemson that she was not called for that. Did she give her enough room to come down?
It's the second on Todd Williams.
Oh, yeah, plenty of room, yeah.
Yeah, got herself in position. That's a brave play, as you said, with 2 personal fouls on Amari Robinson, leading scorer for the Tigers on the season. Hank will drive.
North Carolina does a really good job of help defense when people drive. And as I say that, they get they get beat on the drive. But for the most part, they come all the way across the lane and force the offensive player to have to turn around.
That may be just the second of open looks in the paint that the Clemson's had in this game. Poole got herself a little deep under the basket.
But Carolina, again, getting the ball in that free throw line area. We talked about that off camera at halftime of how to combat the zone for Clemson. And that area is going to be wide open, and they're going to have to make the defense, the middle of that defense, make a choice.
Usby manages to hang on, and Robinson just picked up number 3.
So now I would assume that they're going to go with Yang, which she's done really well with the extra time that she's had over the last 7 games with points and rebounds. So she is definitely going to be inside. She won't be out there shooting 3, so maybe that's a good thing for Clemson right now.
Yang did not play the last game. She was out sick, so they're not sure how much they can get from her today. Didn't get to train much during the week. It was in double figures in a stretch in 4 of 5, to your point. Douglas driving. Yang off the glass. Harris going herself. She is 14 now. 2 off her career high.
Clemson stagnant in their offense, waiting for something to happen. It's like people don't know where they need to go.
Perpignan. Yang now, making her presence felt. Usby flashing to the middle. Perpignan had it, and now jump ball.
See, there's where you got to be on that. The passer, they know that they've been trying to get the ball to the free throw area line now, so you need to pass fake and skip the pass. And you see the drive here about Perpignan, and Yang has this ability to come in and contribute right away for Clemson whenever she plays.
Rebound margin is +5 in favor of North Carolina for the game. So important for the Tigers to try to make up some ground there as well. Tiani Key. Douglas took it away.
You've got Kelly now, who's going to need to be a leader with this team that's in there. They're all, younger players. She doesn't necessarily, she may need to score now that she's got this group in with her. She doesn't have Usby, and she does not have Todd Williams in there. So we'll see if she becomes more aggressive offensively.
Yeah, great point. Surrounded by freshmen, redshirt freshmen, and then Destiny Adams, a sophomore. Hank for 3, he rattles it in. Kelly pulls up. Still yet to hit a field goal. She's 0 for 5 in the game. Bradford knocked down a couple of shots from long distance in the first half. There's another offensive board, and it's good for Yang.
Oh, she's such a spark when she comes into play.
7-0 Clemson run. Still a ways to go as the Tar Heels built themselves a nice cushion in this one, but just 5 points in the quarter so far in the first 5 minutes here of the second half for North Carolina, and McPherson is very slow to get up behind the play.
Yeah, that's a freshman move. She decided before she got the ball where she was going to go, and the defense was there.
Foul on the floor. Well, National Girls and Women in Sports Day is coming up. Clemson's celebrating it today. We'll take a look at how they do it when we come back. International Girls and Women in Sports Day is coming up on Wednesday, but Clemson choosing to celebrate it today. They had some fun activities up in the concourse. 9 other women's sports teams here at Clemson had representatives out there helping some of our younger fans get in the action a little bit, and there is a great crowd here today. So they get a little bit of fun before the game, and then, of course, get to come and enjoy the game. And one of the things that you love to see, Helen, is looking at female head coaches. And at one point it occurred to me to look around and count. We have 11 of them. Obviously, both are head coaches here today. 11 in the ACC. And look at some of the other major conferences. 12 in the SEC, 12 in the Big Ten. You yourself have been a head coach, and this has been a journey, right, to get more women in these positions of power leading these programs. It's
been a journey, and it's exactly what these young women need to see, that, you know, that they can aspire to be a great player, and then you can be a great coach. So it's really good to see. That's a great graphic.
Now, if I had one request for our young fans for the Girls and Women in Sports Day, it would be to eliminate the scream.
That's their way of contributing to their team. They can't get out on the court, so they've got to try something.
Well, I don't know if you guys are hearing that, but we sure are right behind us. Both free throws good there for Bradford.
Clemson able to set that pressure after the free throw. Still aggressive. There's a mismatch right there with Keon Gaines that they missed.
It is a 9-0 Tiger run, so the Tar Heels looking to break that drought, break out of it. Kelly will pick it back up. Todd Williams left open in the corner. Now remember, this is a North Carolina team that did struggle and trailed by 8 in the third quarter against Pitt on the road on Thursday. Wound up coming back, now obviously not trailing here. Advantage a good lead, but as I mentioned, just 5 points in the quarter. The offense has kind of gone away here again.
Well, they make up for that with spurts of runs on their defense. You see Gaines here getting an opportunity.
Tapped out of bounds, 6 on the shot clock. It'll stay this end.
And I've been thinking about North Carolina. It's not like they don't have focus, but you know, they allow these teams to go on these scoring runs, and then it's like they make up their mind, okay, I guess we better play some defense, and they have these scoring runs where they don't allow their opponent to score.
We've seen that consistently in the fourth quarter in particular, as Kelly had a lane to the basket, just a little hezzy. Got the look, but not the finish.
I do expect her to be a little bit more aggressive offensively here in the second half. That's one thing I like about her, though, is she doesn't feel like she has to be it all the time. She just knows when it's time to be the woman and gives them whatever they need when they need it as a team.
Todd Williams, 10 points in the first quarter, just 1 since. He's really the player that spurred the 8-0 start to this game for the Tar Heels. 8 to shoot now for Paris. Back to Todd Williams. North Carolina 0 for their last 6 now. No points in almost 4 minutes for the Tar Heels. Robinson finally gets it inside.
Get the ball in. That's what you got to do. And it's much easier to do that in transition when the defense hasn't set up. She can go down, post up her post player, put her under the rim, and go to work. You see Adams here get stuck behind, and it's over after that.
And that's a third personal on Destiny Adams. Amari Robinson with a chance now to cut it to single digits. It's an 11-0 Tiger run to this point. And she does. So the Tigers within striking distance.
I said at the beginning of the broadcast, they have the capability. It's whether or not they're going to have the discipline. And that's what you need to do. Get the ball to the middle of the floor so that the guard plays you and then you have an open outside shot.
Perpignan, McPherson back on the floor, just backs right off, and Perpignan takes advantage. 14-0 Clemson run. North Carolina led by as many as 22. It's down to 7, maybe less. Bradford, D to O, you betcha. And that will prompt Courtney Banghart to call the timeout as the Clemson Tigers say this one's not over yet.
Well, Clemson forcing you to get that trap right there at the midcourt line, and then just undisciplined. And Bradford with the steal and the score. Well, Clemson's had this run in part due to their defense. They bait teams into getting the basketball into short corner, and then they do a great job of trapping. And you see here, the nice read there by Bradford. And that's what they've been doing here to get this down to single digits.
Be disruptive. Set the tone with your defense. That's what Amanda Butler said she loves to have her teams do. And all of a sudden, here come the Tigers, who scored 17 points in the first half and 19 in this quarter to make a game of it here with 2:05 to go in the third.
Well, you know, it's a game of runs, and so is North Carolina prepared to withstand that? You've got, you know, some different people in the lineup. You've got McPherson, you're trying to work her in, and this is a crucial time in a game to have a freshman point guard.
Six points in this quarter for Bradford, 12 in the game. And that's going to be a foul.
You see here that Kelly decided to take the basketball herself. You had McPherson over here on the sideline waiting for the pass, but the veteran decided to take it herself.
Ten to shoot for Kelly.
Oh,
stops at the elbow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was surprised as you were. Usby on the glass, playing with 3 fouls, Alyssa Usby, and gets a much-needed basket. Tar Heels had gone over 4 minutes without one.
Does Clemson have enough to get over the hump here offensively with North Carolina?
Good speed, driving to the basket. Bradford feeling it. Her numbers have been up, Bradford, the last 2 games, averaging 14 points per game. That's exactly what she's at today.
She's a volume shooter. She's not afraid to take shots, that's for sure.
4-point game. Just under a minute to play in the third quarter. 15th ranked North Carolina has won their last 6 to move up toward the top of the ACC. Deja Kelly looking for her first field goal, still not having it. The Tar Heels 3 for 14, 3 for 15 after that miss in this quarter.
You have to give Clemson credit for their defense for that.
Clemson trailed by as many as 22 in this quarter. Whitehorn has to kick it back out. Perpignan 2 to shoot. Did hit rim. Now that's, Clemson's going to argue that, and I think they're going to say inadvertent whistle, right? Because that clearly hit the rim.
It hit the rim.
Dee Kantner coming over to explain to the scorers table and the coaches. Looks like it is going to stay with Clemson here. Should not have been whistled or heard the buzzer there for the shot clock violation.
Yeah, that definitely hit the rim.
So 11.1 on the clock in the third quarter. Clemson with the ball into the basket.
Watch for the lob to, they always try to go to Whitehorn and lob him out of bounds.
She's trying to come off the screen now. It's well defended. Bradford got to the basket. No. Well, the Tigers can't finish with the exclamation point in the third, but New Bradford leading the charge for the Tigers as they went on a 19-2 run. And guess what, folks? It's a 4-point game as we head to the fourth. Getting ready to start the fourth quarter here in Clemson. 15th ranked North Carolina held to a season low 7 points in the third quarter as the Tigers put up 22 in the first 10 minutes of this second half. Trying to knock off this North Carolina team for the first time under Amanda Butler, but North Carolina has been good. You see that note down at the bottom. When they've been on the road in the ACC, that's the number you've been talking about, Helen. 125-85. North Carolina has outscored their opponents in the fourth. Tigers trying to carry their good momentum that they had in the third here into the fourth, and the Tar Heels trying to change the tide. Paulina Paris, that'll help get them going.
Yeah, that's going to spread out that zone, and whoever gets the ball at the free throw line, they're going to have to make a good decision and a fast decision. As you see Usby here almost get the steal.
Well, Bradford worked hard to get it back,
but the shot clock did not change.
So 10 to shoot for the Tigers. Perpignan got the friendly roll. Five-point Tar Heel advantage. Paulina Paris with a new career high after that last three. She has 17, 5 made threes. Todd Williams, the drive and the bucket.
One of your big three is going to come through for North Carolina when you need it. And you see Todd Williams there. Zone is stretched out. She recognizes it. Takes the contact and is able to finish.
Second personal on Eno Inyang. Sophomore center for the Tigers.
And whenever you can get that middle person in that zone for Clemson to play you one-on-one, that's going to be the advantage for North Carolina because they're quicker and more athletic around the basket.
Todd Williams converts a three-point play. And she had missed her last 8 buckets before that one went in. You talk about the big three. I mean, before that three-point play from Todd Williams, Usby was the only one of the three, along with Kelly, to have scored in the second half for North Carolina. Inyang working the glass again.
Well, we talked with Coach Butler about her effect. You know, just being a big body in there, you can't teach that. Aggressively pursuing the basketball on the offensive end.
Rebounds now even in the game. North Carolina did have an advantage, and that play happened right here in front of the official. Duke Cantner keeping a close eye on it, calls the offensive foul on Kelly.
Inyang able to get the offensive rebound after Bradford shoots it over the basket. Just in great position there. And then Bradford just being a gnat, just all over it, just nonstop. And she's really good at drawing charges.
I imagine you have to know that's coming if you're facing the Clemson Tigers. They are looking for plays like that to get you out of a rhythm offensively. 6-point Tar Heel advantage. Good look inside to Hank.
I'm not really sure why Coach Butler took Inyang out, unless it was just a situation where she was tired, because she was really effective for them.
Yeah, maybe they've just got to try to maximize her minutes in short spurts because Eno Inyang had been out with an illness, did not play on Thursday night. Possession arrow favoring North Carolina.
Really give credit to this zone. Again, there's that middle person against the zone, driving one-on-one. You have to get the ball there, either with the pass or the dribble, and then it's over.
First field goal of the game, right there for Deja Kelly. Mark that moment. But Douglas says, mark this one right back at you. She hits a three, her first points of the game.
You get points from Douglas for Clemson, that's a bonus.
She only averages 5.7 on the season, junior college transfer. It counts! Paulina Paris continues her impressive performance, 20.6 of 10 from 3. And there goes Todd Williams, jumping into the passing lane, driving to the basket. She's headed to the free throw line.
And there's where Clemson, when they get in these close games, they struggle. They do things like that. That's a simple play where you need to continue to come until you catch the basketball, but it's just, not a lazy pass, but not a strong pass. And so they create opportunities for their opponents. And when it comes down to the end of the game, those things that are happening now are really important to the outcome of the game. They think it's just one my bad, but the cumulative effect of too many my bads is why you lose close games.
Well, Monday night, the Huddle crew has the exclusive reveal of this season's ACC football schedule. They'll break down each team, look at key weeks and specific matchups. Our coverage of this 2-hour special begins at 7 Eastern on Monday, right here on ACCN and the ESPN app. And there's a lot of Clemson football fans, I'm sure, looking forward to that. Tigers won the last 6 ACC championships, but no divisions this year in ACC football. So curious to see how that all plays out. Bradford back in the game. She's been a big spark for Clemson today.
Yeah, Coach Butler doing a good job of getting her a little rest there.
Todd Williams. Looked like Usby may be the one tagged for that foul coming in. That's her 4th. So now what?
Yeah, your choices of bringing in Adams or bringing in McPherson. Because you do need a ball handler in there.
9-point North Carolina advantage. Don't want to lose Usby. Smart. Clemson going right at her. Tigers take it back. Whitehorn.
So Coach Banghart's going to trust her and leave her in there.
You feel like North Carolina has seen a little bit of everything in this stretch that they've been on, having won 6 straight ACC games, includes a win against then 4th-ranked Notre Dame, 11th-ranked NC State, 13th-ranked Duke. That one always counts a little extra when you're wearing Carolina blue. Good look inside to Poole.
Nice.
She stuck with it.
And if I'm other teams watching this game, I certainly am going to use what Clemson's done as a blueprint against Carolina.
Which has been what? What would you say has been effective for the Tigers?
Just the pressure on the guards. They're not able to see where the open gaps are. Their back line is way up, and there's a bunch of space there, but they can't see it. They do such a great job. But they change the way they're aggressive. Sometimes it's like a tandem 2-3, so you can't dribble to the middle. Sometimes they trap on the wing. Sometimes they trap in short corner. So they leave you guessing.
On cue, the officials working together here. You could tell they were looking at each other, Mark McClenny and Ashley Good, to try to see who had the better view of this and who it went out off of. Now, they can't review it. Not yet, not at this point in the game.
Ooh. That looked like it went off of Harris's hand.
Yeah, so that you can only review that in the final 2 minutes of the game, so they have to stick with whatever they see on the floor. But this Clemson team, there is no doubt they are bought into their defense.
So they bring McPherson in, another shooter, another rebounder, right there at that elbow area. That's what's open there, but you have to make a quick decision.
Travel on Whitehorn. Timeout on the floor. Clemson calls the timeout, and on an 8-0 run, the Tar Heels have opened up a 13-point lead. Well, I love any excuse to party like it's 1999, and so too does the Toro Coleman. Check it out. Jim Davis loving it. the Clemson Tigers. This is the ACC Championship against, by the way, North Carolina. Coleman, the ACC Tournament MVP for the Tigers that year, and now she's on the other sideline as an assistant coach for Courtney Banghart, wearing that Carolina blue, and had a little fun with her before the game as he gave her that little flashback in time. I think she liked it.
She thought it was, she got a kick out of it. Great coach, great coach. Obviously played at a high level, so has some street cred. The players are going to listen to her.
Obviously coached here at Clemson as well. And now on the sidelines with the Tar Heels, her team trying to see this one out. They've gone on this 8-0 run after Clemson had it within 4 in the third quarter. And Deja Kelly picking her moments, finally coming alive.
And right elbow off the bounce.
Usby and Gaines both went down in the middle of the floor. Meanwhile, the play continues.
Again, lucky Usby there not getting called for a foul.
Yeah, she's playing with 4 at the moment. Robinson with the basket for Clemson.
See, North Carolina can take their time here. Nice pass.
McPherson showing off again.
Very intelligent play, finding the gap and reading the defense. I think she earned some playing time. What do you think?
I'd say so. Caleb McPherson and her collegiate debut that she had to wait much longer for than she certainly wished. Missed all of last season recovering from injury, and this is her first appearance this season. What role will she play as the season goes on for the Tar Heels? We'll see.
Moving screen there on Inyang. North Carolina's been wanting that call the whole game. A little extra love tap there.
And it was 4th personal on Inyang. Perpignan trying to take it away, commits the foul in the process. That is the 5th team foul for the Tigers, and so that should put North Carolina on the line. 3:52 to go. Nope, next one will be 5.
And this is whose hand you want the ball in. Deja Kelly here, game time. Make something happen. Either she's going to set somebody up or she's going to score herself.
Usby loses it. Bradford. Oh. McPherson just stayed low and took the ball away, and then she got going about 1,000,000 miles per hour, lost it.
Freshman
Robinson.
give it, and freshman take it away.
13-point game. Perpignan and Bradford, the 2 at the top, defending for Clemson right now. Hank, Robinson, Gaines, the 3 at the bottom. Harris, can she have another? Oh, that was setting up. Thought she had it in her pocket. 6 made threes already for the freshman on a career day.
Oh, nice pass.
Yeah, good dish. Should have had the assist, no doubt.
That's fatigue right there.
You can see players on both teams looking for an opportunity to catch their breath here as we head down the stretch. North Carolina looking for their 7th straight win in conference play.
This is something North Carolina is going to have to work on, being strong with the ball when people are really up on them and being aggressive. They haven't done a good job at that today.
Tar Heels trying to pick up, not only would it be their 7th straight ACC win, but their 7th ACC win overall as they started conference play 0-3. Stay right up there in the top. This is where you start thinking about seeding, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show. Top 4 in the ACC gets a double bye in the ACC tournament. And right now, the Tar Heels projected to host in the NCAA tournament as Whitehorn got an open look.
Yeah, at this point, every team's playing for something for that ACC tournament. Every game matters.
for Clemson at this point. You look at a goal right in front of the Tigers. Try to stay in the top 9. Don't have to play the first day of the ACC tournament. And they haven't given up on this game. They're 11 down, 7 to shoot for North Carolina. Paris.
She missed that shot, but that was created by a great cut by Poole to the basket that took the defender.
Kelly came out of the scrum with it. She was fouled.
I think she might have a few bruises when she wakes up in the morning.
Extra floor burns, bruises. A lot of players going to walk away with those today. Foul on Whitehorn, and that is now the 5th team foul for the Tigers, so that'll put Kelly on the line. Quiet day for Deja Kelly, not like the career-high 31 she had in the win against the Tigers last season, but she has stepped up with a couple of field goals, her first of the game here in this 4th quarter. Now going to the line.
Well, she's had a couple of games like that this year, but again, when it's on the line, the ball will be in her hands.
Wednesday, it's a college basketball doubleheader on the men's side here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Pitt Panthers are headed to Chapel Hill. They'll take on the Tar Heels at 7 Eastern and then go down the road to Raleigh. NC State hosting Florida State. Florida State nearly knocking off the first place Clemson Tigers on the men's side last night.
Nice hug there from Coach Banghart from McPherson.
Hank got it, big 3. Clemson maybe still with something to say here on their home floor. We'll find out when we come back. Back in Clemson, Hannah Hank knocking down a triple to keep her team's hopes alive.
UNC has to have good ball handlers and good free throw shooters get this first or second pass here. Because obviously Clemson's going to try to get a steal right away. You definitely want to stay out of the corners if you're UNC.
1:17 to play. Immediate trap on Usby. Timeout called. Courtney Banghart calling the timeout for her team as Usby was in some trouble. The trap came trying to get the steal, as you knew it would.
Yeah, well, now's a good time to send somebody long, though. You've had the defense now trying to deny the basketball all the way to the baseline. It's a great time to send somebody long to their basket.
Well, we are in the midst of a quadruple header here on ACCN and women's hoops today. The last one of the day. Commonwealth Clash, 12th ranked Virginia Tech and Virginia. That's coming your way 6 p.m. Eastern tonight on ACCN. See if the Hokies can bounce back after their loss on the road at Duke on Thursday night. Duke Blue Devils also losing earlier today. What a day it's been in women's hoops. NC State taking down Notre Dame in a clash amongst 2 of the top teams in the rankings in this league. Wake Forest Demon Deacons, back-to-back wins for
my
your
Deeks.
alma mater.
Yeah, go Deeks.
Perpignan commits the foul here. That's her 4th, and Paris will go to the free throw line. The freshman, just a 62% free throw shooter on the season, but having a career performance with 20 points on the day, knocking down 6 threes. And as we were talking about some of those other games, here are your updated standings, taking a look at who is where.
Well, watch out for Virginia Tech. When they lost to Owusu, that really hurt them, but if they can get her back, watch out for them.
And actually Notre Dame should have 2 losses now, so they're 8-2 after losing on the road at NC State earlier this afternoon.
NC State has righted themselves to get Diamond Johnson back.
Yeah, she had a big game today. It was 20 Diamond had in that win for the Wolfpack. Perpignan. Final minute on the clock here at Littlejohn Coliseum. And even though there have been some streaky moments, to be sure, in this game for both teams today, Clemson has forced it to be a pretty entertaining game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they have difficulty sustaining, on offense. They don't have difficulty sustaining the defense and getting the opportunities, but they just cannot seem to score when they need to.
And speaking of score when they need to, let's credit North Carolina. You brought up the stat earlier, Helen, how good they've been on the road in conference play, outscoring their opponents in the fourth quarter. They've had their highest scoring quarter of the game here in the fourth, 23 points in this fourth quarter, more than they had in any of the first three.
And on the one hand, if you're a coach, you feel good about that, but on the other hand, you're just like, why are you waiting until the fourth quarter to do what you need to do? That's not always going to work against every team, against better teams.
Free throw shooting for the Tar Heels has been better in conference play. Not really today. They're just over 50% with that make from Kelly. Couple more changes. Maddie Ott, three-point shooter, out on the floor for the Tigers. Bradford takes a long two. And Deja Kelly says, come and get me. Well, they do. They take it away, though. Bradford hands it off to Perpignan. And this defense does not stop. Ott for three. Got it. Timeout. Amanda Butler's trying to call the timeout. Now they hear it.
Coach Butler on film running that timeout, man. He was looking at. North Carolina hasn't dealt great with the physicality of Clemson, and if the officials are allowing you to play, then you're going to have to adjust to that. There's an opportunity to get Maddie out the ball. Obviously a great three-point shooter for Clemson.
Nine-point, so still a three-possession game, 20 seconds left. But I think you can see there's a lot of things that have laid themselves out in this game, Helen. You can see why North Carolina is strong in the fourth quarter. They've executed when they needed to. And you can also see why Clemson is so close to being so good.
Again, it's not what's happening now. It's what's happened throughout the course of the game. Those small things where you're, allowing them to get those steals and go on those runs, and you have to fight and claw your way back. And Clemson, they just run out of time. If it was, maybe a 50-minute game, they just run out of time because they just put themselves in those holes.
North Carolina looking to improve to 7-3 in the conference, pick up their 7th straight win, extend this streak that's the longest for them in over a decade. In fact, if they do pick up the win here on the road, it would be the longest win streak in conference play in a single season since the 2007-08 season for North Carolina, when they were a perfect 14-0 in conference play that year.
See Coach Butler there, just really intense coach, really believes in these players, loves coaching them.
Being told they're just making sure everything is correct with the timing and the clock. 20.7 is what we see at the moment on the clock, but the team's going to be told to head back to their benches while they just make sure that is correct. So now we'll get you a look at those updated standings, taking into account that Notre Dame lost. So both Duke and Notre Dame with 2 losses in conference play at the top. Florida State Seminoles with a big win earlier today, in a day that they honored Sue Semrau for her 25 years. Florida State taking down the Duke Blue Devils, handing them their 2nd loss. So This one's going to be fun, Helen. You see Clemson hanging in there. We're showing you the top 10 here. Remember, it is the top 9 in the ACC that get at least a bye in the ACC tournament and don't have to play that first day.
Yeah, so still an opportunity for them to make some noise and put themselves in a good position. You see Florida State finally getting some votes for the top 25. Should have been getting votes all along, but they have done a really good job here these last 2-3 weeks.
And looking at what's up ahead for Clemson, there's some opportunities here as they're going to stay at home. Miami's coming in, and then they'll head to Wake Forest, Georgia Tech, a team that's been down this year, so they're kind of toward the bottom of the league, and then an opportunity there. They go on the road at Louisville, at Miami. Tough, yes. Opportunity for quad 1 wins, yes. And that could be key if Clemson takes care of business on the way there.
Yeah, I know they like to have that Georgia Tech game at Georgia Tech back, so they're looking forward to that. But they have an opportunity. It's just, can they finish? That's where they've struggled. They got over the hump when they beat Virginia Tech, but everything else is just, they're just right there, and I think that's the most frustrating part as a coach, is you know it's obviously there and you're capable, but how can you get over the hump? And you look at Carolina's upcoming schedule. Virginia been a nice, pleasant surprise this year with their new coach.
North Carolina has proven they can finish, right? That's been part of the story of their win streak here. We've got that game at Louisville coming your way on ESPN2. That should be a good one, as the Louisville Cardinals, I know, have had some disappointing performances, but you absolutely can't count that team out with the talent that they've got.
And with Haley Van Lift and Chris Carr and just a lot of good plays, a lot of transfers to that team. I think that might be part of the issue with them is, trying to get some chemistry.
Reminding you, Virginia Tech, Virginia coming up next here on ACC. And just waiting for this one to finish out as they were working out a timing issue. Kennedy Todd Williams and Hannah Hank both, I think everybody was looking at the referees like, well, which way is it? And I don't think there was a foul called at all. Boy, everybody just ready for this one to end, and it's taking its sweet time, isn't it? Referees are going to take a look at that last play. I'll get clarification on this, Helen, but I don't believe there was a foul called on the play. It may just be who it went out.
Maybe there should have been. Would have been much more definitive.
So they can't look here who it went out of because we're in the final 2 minutes. That may be what they were doing there. Looks like it went off of Hank, but yep, North Carolina ball. So that is what they were looking at, was who it went out off of. And
Carolina coaches reminding their players they only have 4 seconds to get it across half court.
No problem. Tigers not willing to wave the white flag just yet. Clemson got this game within 4 points in the third quarter. Did a lot of really good things. That was their highest scoring quarter. They outscored North Carolina 22-7 in the third, but in the fourth, while Clemson is hung right there with the Tar Heels, North Carolina does have the advantage. They've outscored Clemson now 25-19 in the fourth.
You have to give Clemson credit because they definitely competed today.
Another foul on the floor. Been quite a few fouls called between the two teams today.
Call Todd Williams for that. I think she was just as surprised as everybody else.
And that's just the fourth team foul now on North Carolina. So Clemson still not even shooting. Bradford unleashes the three. And now I think North Carolina will hold it and see it out, get the victory. Their 7th in a row. Tar Heels victorious here in Clemson today. 69-58 your final score. So for Helen Williams, I'm Jen Hildreth. We'll say goodbye from Clemson, but more ACC women's hoops coming your way. Sam Ravitch, Kelly Graham have you covered.